Bună, dragii mei, ce mai faceți? O nouă ieșire astăzi. Am să merg la un canal construit în anii 1800. Se numește canalul Trent-Severn, care leagă lacul Huron de lacul Ontario. A fost construit pentru motive strategice și locul în care să mă duc se numește Big Chute. Ce se întâmplă acolo este un canal care este la o elevație mai joasă. Bărcile sunt ridicate din acel canal și puse într-un canal care e mai sus. Un lucru foarte interesant, abia aștept să-l văd. Și după aceea am să merg la o mănăstire înființată pe la 1650, poate ceva mai devreme, de coloniști francezi care au locuit acolo o bună perioadă. Este un loc de peregrinaj aici în Canada, în Ontario, și sunt curios să-l văd, așa că haideți cu mine. Și ce se întâmplă aici? Vedeți, bărcile sunt încărcate. Aici, vedeți, prima deja este încărcată. Acum vine barca aceea de viteză. Intră pe acest sistem care este ca un vagon, ca să spun așa, și care este tractat cu acele cabluri în partea aia. Trece peste drum și le coboară jos acolo în celălalt canal. Let's go! Și acum am ajuns în partea de jos și vedeți de aici îi duce pe unde au fost ceilalți și când ajung aici pe puncte rămân suspendați și platforma îi duce sus pe deal, de unde am venit. Foarte, foarte tare, foarte tare. Și am ajuns la această mănăstire, la acest loc. Am luat un guide de tour să înțeleg mai bine despre ce e vorba, abia aștept să merg. Locul aici arată frumos, au muzee și o sală de cinema unde proiectează filme, așa că abia aștept. Hai să mergem.
The Hurons, this is a Catholic mission from around 1639 to 1649 to the Wendat people. So the hopes was in having this here that they would be able to convert the Wendat people to Catholicism. This was done by the Jesuits. Now, before 1639, the Jesuits had already been in this area. They've been living among the Wendat people themselves. Just as we walk through here, on our right we have our soldiers' barracks, and on our left we have what we call our flushing area. So we had around 10 or so soldiers staying here on site at the time, and that actually would be for protection. For a little bit, then you get out, supplies on your back, walking for a bit, and then back in. And the Haudenosaunee multiple times do blockade the St. Lawrence, blockade those rivers, but we need those good precautions to get through, so the soldiers would be on there for protection against attacks. The French at the time were using salt as their preservative. There's not much salt in the region here, so they would be using smoke instead. You have all your furs, things like that here as well. So you're drying those out, especially the beaver furs, as those we use for making hats.
Over here, yes, they're from over here.
What's your stuff, honey?
That's it. Oh.
Look it out for you.
And you also have more people in the gate. And so more people are fighting
So welcome to our cookhouse. This is where our chef at the time, his name was Ambrose Brouet, would have been cooking for the 66 men who were here on site. He actually slept in that corner back over there. You might think, well, isn't he breathing in all that smoke? That's probably not for him. Or cornbread, and that's what they would be having most of their diet. They grow corn together with 2 other plants, beans and squash. They called those together the Three Sisters because they did something we now call partner planting, meaning they plant them together in these mounds. Your corn will go up around like this, your beans are out like a trellis, and your squash at the bottom giving it nutrients and protecting it from small animals. I'll actually see an example at the very end of the tour where you have something you want.
There it goes.
Yes.
So now that it's burning away, I take my cedar nesting. Glad that one went out. I thought it looked like it was floating right over here.
Magic.
See that right there? She's like a dragon.
That's cool.
She made fire with her mouth. Dragon.
So the noise from cedar today, what we use is just stick like. Try the clothing necklace, which is also not on my tour. You guys are more than welcome to. You try it on, take pictures with it. I just ask that it goes back where it belongs after. But I will see you guys in 10. Yeah, sure.
How do you make this
At that time, it would be made out of, so the doublet is made out of wool, so sheep, and then you would just import it over here. It wouldn't be made on site, it would be imported over from France, so. Yeah.
You would make it here.
No, you wouldn't make it here, you would just import, you spoke to the Wendat about Christianity. So, some things we can notice about this church that are different than churches nowadays, or churches even back then, are a couple things. First, we got dirt floors. That's not common in churches nowadays, or churches back then. And the dirt floors would be to make the Wendat feel comfortable. That's actually what most of the church is designed to, is make the Wendat feel comfortable, make them want to come in and listen. So the Wendat had a very high view of nature. They believed that a lot of things in nature had spirits in them, and so they felt it was a bit disrespectful to nature just to waste wood by putting it on the floor. Just putting it on the floor to be walked all over. Why would I do that when the earth has already given me a nice dirt floor? So the one French stone is the headstone there. His name is Jacques Duarte. He is killed by a Wendat apostate, so a Wendat who was a Christian but leaves the faith. Actually also can be trapped in heat. So you want to actually as much smoke as possible. You actually have those doors much lower. You have to crawl in and out of them to get in here. And you have two other fires going at each kind of, see where the smoke light are, there'd be one more down there with the fire, and we're down here with the fire. That meant when all those fires were going, the smoke line would actually be probably right here. So people sometimes guess, well, maybe they slept up on these things. They kind of look like bunk beds to us. But that's not the case, because if you actually right in the smoke line, you'd be breathing in all that smoke that you just use for storage. You'd actually be sleeping on the ground on these things here called corn husk mats. And this wouldn't be located on site. Most likely it would actually be located across the river. And that's because that's where traditional Wendat medicine men would be located. And the French at this point are in direct competition with these guys. They don't like them. So this would be kind of seen as an alternative. You're going to soak it for 3 to 4 months. This actually was sitting here for 3 to 4 months in this box in our museum before I brought it down here. And that's going to be able to make it bend like that and get it nice and strong. Yeah, you can feel like it's fairly strong. And so that's how you're going to make your canoe like that. You're going to tie it together with your rope, things like that. And Brebeuf actually writes in kind of canoe etiquette or instructions for Jesuits who are coming on the journey. And that's because there's some things you didn't want to do. So he's like, do not wear your shoes in the canoe. And that's because we told him.
Și cam asta a fost pentru astăzi. Mi-a plăcut foarte mult aici. Am văzut cum au trăit primii emigranți din Canada veniți din Franța. Am văzut cum au avut relații cu localnicii de aici, cum au trăit aici câțiva ani cu localnicii. Din păcate, 2 dintre iezuiți care au fost aici au fost omorâți de nativi, au fost martirizați. Și acest muzeu arată viața lor de atunci, 1650 și ceva. Sper că v-a plăcut și acest episod. Vă mulțumesc că mă urmăriți, vă mulțumesc că ați dat un like și un subscribe și până data viitoare vă spun, nu uita să-ți iei papuci atunci când călătorești, numai bine. Gelone, out!